Minecraft. All is full of love. Indeed, not only the creepers, but also the zombies just want to give you hugs continually throughout the game. The zombies invite all their friends over to give you hugs as well. This is going to be episode number 15 of Exploration and Tactics with Brian. And in our crazy ultra-hardcore CTM vanilla survival playthrough, we are gonna, in this episode, both have some of the most exciting action-adventure fighting scenes that I've had thus far, as well as do some adventuring a long distance away. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Exploration and Tactics with Brian. Since the last episode where we found the stronghold, I've been thinking about all the different possible things I could do next. And there's actually a lot of possibilities. Off camera, I've gone and done some enchanting and repairing. Got a fresh power 2 bow and sharpness 2 sword. I've used up all my levels, also just kind of enchanting some level 1 books. So I have a bunch of books kind of ready. The sun is going up, so I'm going to go ahead and head upstairs. But yes, I'm going to start today's episode by just kind of talking through, I don't know, like a dozen ideas of possible things I could do next that I thought of. And then I've already chosen kind of the next 2 things that I want to do. But before I do any of those, as usual, it's daytime, and assuming that it's not raining outside, I'm going to tend to my farms. And so let's take a moment to do that, and I will see you guys in a minute. We are back here at the desert at sunset, and I do indeed want to try to kill some more Endermen tonight, but before I get to that, let me talk about a couple other things. You can see I'm back up to level 8 already, and I started out the episode at level 0, and so just as a recommendation, anyone who wants to have easy levels on hand, if you have a wheat and cow and chicken farm and breed up their numbers very high, it is very easy through breeding and then killing off animals to get some easy levels, and so I highly recommend it. If you have a base, to go ahead and set up those farms. It takes a little while to kind of breed up their numbers, but it's really useful. In any case, I want to get ender pearls, but I also want to talk more generally about all the different things that I need to do yet, because I was brainstorming, I was making a list of all the things I could do next here in Exploration and Tactics, and I actually came up with over a dozen things that I could work on. And yeah, I just want to kind of talk through them as we try to stay alive during the night. And so the first thing, obviously, is get more ender pearls. There's one obvious reason, which is more ender pearls means we'll be able to craft more ender eyes, means we'll be able to fill in the end portal and go kill the dragon. And so that's definitely interesting. And while I do think I actually pretty much have enough gear that it wouldn't be unreasonable, I think I have a lot of arrows. I'm just going to go ahead and take this guy out to warm up my combat skills. Did that arrow bounce off of him? I'm not sure. I think I have enough gear that I would have a good shot at taking him out. It's still the case that... Alright, here comes the zombie. I don't know that I've ever beaten the Ender Dragon without dying in single player. And I've only actually ever fought the Ender Dragon, like, 5 times, I think. And a couple of those times were in multiplayer. I don't have as much experience as you might guess against the Ender Dragon. One of the main reasons being that you only get 1 Ender Dragon per world. At least if you're not Winter, who did something clever to get 2 in her Super Flat, or it's not Super Flat Adventures, or it is Super Flat Adventures. I can't remember what the name of the series is that she's doing that has 2 Ender Dragons. But that is quickly getting off topic. I hear a zombie, but I believe he's underground over here somewhere. So yeah, it's hard to practice on the Ender Dragon unless you like go into creative or create a whole lot of worlds all the time. So I don't have a lot of practice fighting the Ender Dragon. I'm less worried about being sufficiently geared to fight him, and more worried about sometimes you end up spawning off the island, or get knocked off by the Ender Dragon, and you die, and you lose all of your stuff. Alright, we have zombies coming from a couple different directions. So let's go ahead and take care of them while I'm trying to tell the story. The main thing I'm worried about is not being prepared for my first death, which basically means if I'm going to die, I would like to have a nice cache. Oh my goodness, look at all the zombies. And I think I just saw some like spawn in front of me again. I think it's been basically spoiled for me in the comments at this point, although I pretty much had almost figured it out. Whoa! Gosh! Did he just spawn right in front of me? Someone said that basically... Oh, crap, and there's a baby! It did damage. Oh, he did a fair bit of damage, too. Crap! Alright, I'm in trouble. I need to get in here. The babies, I believe, are still sufficiently tall that they can't get under one wide block. I need to eat... I actually really need to eat an apple here. I hate to use them, but... And actually, while I'm protected safely in here and I don't see any Endermen around, let's hold off on eating the apple for a minute, so that I might be able to use more of it later in the night, since it'll give me absorption for 2 minutes. But yeah, basically people have said... I figured out that the zombie spawning behavior had changed. What I didn't realize is that apparently the act of attacking zombies causes new zombies to spawn, I think is what someone said. And that seems to pretty much mesh with... Oh, crap. I don't want to see you there. Do not want the skeleton to shoot me. Alright. Skeleton down. Seems like just about everybody nearby is down. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's eat the apple. Get some other blocks in the bar. I can break the glass. The glass is not the most valuable thing. Okay, here comes another zombie. We're going to deal with him. Alright. So in any case, the cat seems to be out of the bag on that, but I'm glad that people at least waited to spoil it until I'd figured out, for the most part, a bit of the differences that are going on. Alright, that zombie's underground, it seems like. There's a skeleton over here. I still haven't seen any Endermen on the horizon. So what was I talking about? Right, the Ender Dragon and recovering from loss. So I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. Ender Pearls, however, are useful for another reason. And that is in the creation of Ender Chests. While I think I see an Enderman on the horizon over here. I do. So I need to get over there before he despawns. So let's try to fight our way through some zombies. And get over here. And I think I'm going to be safe enough to go ahead and look at the Enderman. I didn't actually anger him. There we go, now he's angered. Crap. Overkill, because this is Bane of Arthropods. I'm going to use the looting sword on the Enderman, because we want to get multiple pearls, ideally. Oh, crap. Alright. Switch back to Sharp Stew for the zombies. There's a bunch of them. Hold on. I need to run. I'm not sure how many zombies I'm up against right now. It may be too many. Alright, I don't immediately see more zombies in this direction. I think I can fight these guys off. And I still have absorption for I don't know how much time. And I haven't looked at how many Ender Pearls I just got. So, Ender Pearls are also useful for... Oh, crap! Baby zombie, baby zombie! Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I don't even know if I can outrun them because they sprint. I'm not sure how fast they sprint. I would be able to outrun them if I get into the water, and so maybe I will do that and then turn around and shoot them. There are multiple baby zombies, and they do a bit of damage, and I didn't even see if my absorption was still working. Yuck. Alright, how many arrows do I have? I've got 54 arrows. I think I might start taking some zombies out at distance. At range here. Darn, I've taken a bit of damage this night. I did get 4 Ender Pearls, so my super looting sword of amazingness has been looty and amazing. I forgot to check that this guy does not have a Thorns chestplate, but he does not have a Thorns chestplate. So that is good. I see zombies on the horizon over there. There's another Enderman, and he's teleporting around. Let's see if we can get him. Gosh, should I eat another apple to do it? I think I'm going to. Because there's still a lot going on here, but I do want to try to get the Enderman. Crap, and there's a creeper. I didn't want to look at the creeper. Alright, let's see. Alright, Bane of Arthropods! Alright. Crap, no! Don't blow up my thingy. Alright, good. Still a bunch of bad guys here. Is the Enderman still there? He is. Did I look at him? No. There's a spider jockey there. Darn it. There's too many things going on. Look at all these zombies coming. Yeah, and I haven't been able to get the Enderman yet. I still have my absorption hearts, so I'm going to take some risks. Alright, I think I might have gotten the Enderman. Bane of Arthropods! Alright, the Enderman is coming. Unfortunately, so are a bunch of other guys. Oh, crap. Alright, absorption seemed to have taken that. Alright, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys. Alright, taking some absorption. I need to worry about the Enderman because he'll deal a ton of damage if he can get over to me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh crap. Alright, absorption hearts. Good, good, good. Alright, and we got some more pearls. Great. And I picked them up. And now I'm going to run over here. There's still some spiders around. I think that's enough excitement for tonight. Oh my goodness, yeah, and the night's almost over. Alright, I got 7 pearls tonight. That is awesome. Thank you, Looting 3 Sword. Now let's try to chill a little bit. Regain some composure. I'm going to keep these on me. So I was saying I can use ender pearls. Sadly, I had to eat 2 golden apples there. Ender pearls for ender chests. Hi, Creeper. I don't want to get too close to you. Although you always climb up there and then you can't see me through the glass. So that's not so bad. Or you stand there and I can hit you over there. And even though I don't have a Silk Touch pick, it's still possible that I can just, you know, place down ender pearls. Oh crap, that was dumb. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a spider can somehow hit me through the corner there. And so I was thinking that could be very useful if I want to do some long traveling, which is actually what I want to do, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Basically, I can mitigate some risks of traveling a long distance simply by having an ender chest available to me, because it means that if I do somehow go far away and get myself into trouble, I can at least throw some of my best gear into an ender chest if I think I'm going to somehow die, and then be able to hold on to the gear. Alright, let's take a quick look around. Other than the spiders in the ceiling, I don't see any bad guys. And so I believe I could just walk over here and say, hey spider, any other spiders? Let's go ahead and fill in that hole. This guy is maybe tame? No. He was still deciding to track me up here, so let's go ahead and finish him off. Great. Alright, so I ended up taking a couple hearts of damage. Well, a few hearts of damage overnight there. But we did get the ender pearls that I wanted. And there's probably actually a fair amount of experience just lying around on the plane over here, and so let's run around and pick that up. So yeah, I would like to do some long traveling. That is, traveling over a great distance. And there are a few things that I want to try to find via long distance travel. Alright, do I really not see any other experience laying around anywhere? Guess I never came over here to kill any bad guys. Guess not. So, one thing is, I don't remember seeing any snow yet in this world. And if you're going to go to the end and fight the Ender Dragon, it's actually very useful to have snowballs. Arrows, I think, for the most part, are more useful, along with a good bow. However, you can destroy the Ender Crystals, the things that heal the Ender Dragon, using snowballs, and snowballs are very easy and cheap to obtain, and so it's very useful to go in with like 5 stacks of snowballs and just throw snowballs everywhere, trying to take out some of the ender crystals, rather than carefully aiming your bow and your limited supply of arrows to take out the rest. And so I do want to gain snowballs, and so we're going to have to do some traveling in order to find a biome that contains snow. Once I do that, we've got an ocean biome right here, and so I could always create a snow golem because I have plenty of pumpkins, and so then I'd be able to farm snow more conveniently. With regards to bow and arrows, I could create a skeleton grinder. I do have the one spawner that I found so far, in a dungeon, is a skeleton spawner, but I don't think... while that's kind of a fun thing to do, and I could even potentially use it as an experience farm, although I don't have instant health potions, and so it'd be kind of a pain in the neck experience farm. I don't think that's particularly interesting to do on camera, and I'm not kind of in the mood to do it, and so I'm not kind of in a rush to do that. The other exploration thing I would like to do, especially if I travel very far afield, is to potentially go looking for a mushroom biome, because if we found a mushroom biome, not only would we be able to get... Oh, we can't get our mycelium because we don't have Silk Touch yet. We wouldn't be able to bring it back. We can at least know where it is. But we'd be able to do lots of safe caving and get some gold supplies, which would be really useful right now, considering I just ate both of my golden apples and I only have enough gold in reserve to make a couple more. Oh, I hate the steering of the boats. I don't know where I'm trying to go. Guess I have to, like, turn around now and face it this way in order to slow down. Stupid boats. Fix your game, Dinnerbone. And so going to a mushroom biome is another thing that I'd like to go exploring towards. What else? There's a number of other things that I could potentially do next. I talked last episode about going into these extreme hills here and doing some caving just to try to find some more emeralds, since we need an emerald block. Is there anything I need up here? I'm going to drop off some stuff that I don't need to be holding right now. But I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs and make an ender chest. Actually, a couple of ender chests, and one I will keep in my base, and the other I will take with me on some long travel that we will embark on. Yeah, let me go sort out my inventory and do some slow things like digging up some more obsidian, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft 2 more ender eyes. Eyes of ender. And then with some obsidian that I just picked up, oops, we can make 1, 2 ender chests. And just to make sure I don't accidentally somehow set both of them down. Alright, I won't be able to pick this back up, and so is there any particular location that's best for it? I feel like right around here where I always stand with everything is a good spot. And so I will thunk it down right here. Alright, ender chest. Great. And I think I already will go ahead and move some useful things in there, perhaps. Obsidian is a pain in the neck to get a hold of, and so I'm going to throw obsidian in there. Yeah, let me do a little bit of other inventory management and see what kind of things I want to have in reserve, so that if I get into trouble, I could always throw down the ender chest and gather some other useful loot. Before I forget, I think sadly I also need to go ahead and do this and create myself a couple more golden apples with the remainder of my gold reserves. But at this point, I've just about got this sorted. Basically, here's all the useful stuff. I've got an extra sharpness 2 sword, fortune pick, power 2 bow. I've got obsidian and a flint and steel and fire protection in case I need to travel back through the nether, for example, along with some fire resistance potions. A speed potion for good measure, a bunch of extra food, 1 of each type of bucket, some blocks, some wood, some iron, some coal, or in this case charcoal, which by the way has a new icon, display, pixel, tile, can't think of the word I'm looking for. And yeah, otherwise just trying to get sorted through my inventory to go on a long journey, but I think I've mostly got the stuff that I would need. But yeah, I think I want to go on a long journey and basically see if I can find a large ocean that might help us look for a mushroom biome, or a snow biome somewhere that I can get some snow for snow golems, so that I can farm snow to have snowballs for the end. And yeah, I think the next morning we'll try to set out on a journey. Actually, before we leave, I've made a fresh pair of iron boots. Level 20 is not bad for iron boots. Basically, I have 20 levels and I would like to spend them. Blast Protection 2 is actually not exactly what I was trying for, but oh well. I was hoping to get some good feather falling or Protection 3 or something like that, but it doesn't always work out. That is okay. Alright, I'm going to dump off some other inventory I don't need to be holding right at this moment. And we are going to head off on adventure. And let me go ahead and top off my arrows. Alright, and in terms of cardinal directions, basically I want to set out in a cardinal direction to make it easy to find my way back, even if I end up traveling through the nether. Apparently there's a zombie over in a cave over here. And so I think since the desert is to the east, and it's easy to kind of sail over there and perhaps pass there, or at least go past the desert on foot, I think that's the direction I'm going to go. So I'm going to head to the east, and I will see you when I see you, when something interesting comes along. I don't know that I've noticed this before. My hunger bar disappears when I'm inside the boat. Possibly someone pointed that out in a comment. Now that I'm saying it, I feel like I've seen someone mention it before, but this is the first time I actually noticed, because I was thinking I accidentally just picked up a piece of raw beef, and I was going to eat it, and I realized I didn't know what my hunger was at. And I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, because when you're in a boat, I think even if you're swimming, you don't end up losing hunger. They might have changed things. But it's kind of weird that it's not displayed anymore. I think it's actually related to horses now that I mention it. Yeah, once again, the way they changed this whole boating UI for horses was not a good idea. Alright, so the desert pyramid that I had found, it turns out, is almost directly to the east. This is somewhere we've been before. I sailed slightly to the north, mostly because the ocean kind of extended in this direction. Ooh, there's an old boat of mine. But now we're going to hop out and continue heading to the east. Alright, we're passing another jungle. I didn't see any signs of a jungle temple in there, but now it appears that we've reached a vast ocean. So let's sail across and see what we encounter next. There does appear to be another continent with some extreme hills. Aha! One of the things that I am seeking is right here. I see snow. Hey, and look at this. There is a village, or at least part of one, in the plains over here. Guess I was just getting a chunk error that part of it wasn't rendering. And so this is the first village that I found in here. As a reminder, I don't allow myself to do villager trading, but if there is a blacksmith, I'll happily steal whatever he has in his chest. I find villager trading to be boring to watch on screen. Kind of encourages the player to just stick around one area and kind of do nothing. I don't really need the torches, and so I'm not going to worry about the torches and wool and different things. Wool, it seems to me that one of the new features... Whoa! Villagers make noise. They're talking to me. That is new. That's pretty exciting. All right, it's going to turn nighttime here, and I don't want to be near the village at night. Wow! That's actually some fairly decent stuff. I don't really need the iron helmets or the chest plate. But I got some gold, which is great, because I need it. I'm going to continue heading to the east. It's about to turn dark enough that I'm going to have to make some big choices about whether to stay on the surface or to get moving downstairs for the night. I do see another desert over here, which is one of the safest places. Oh, and I see an Enderman over there. I do not have my looting sword on me, though. I did not take that along for this journey. So we're not going to worry about the Enderman right now. Should I try to go across the desert at night? I guess I haven't tried it yet, like traveling at night. This is probably the best opportunity I will have in the near future. I'm definitely worried about the fact that my gold supply is so low. But I think we need to try it. Basically, getting stuck in bad terrain or beset by baby zombies would be the worst possible thing. That's a tiny little lake here in the desert. Other types of zombies and things. Alright, we got a bunch of skeletons. We've got a bunch of bad guys spawning already. Let's see. How easily can I get around all of these bad guys? And I believe I'm currently wielding a sharpness 1 sword. Alright, zombies themselves are slow. And it looks like there's some open space over here. Man, more Endermen. It's too bad I didn't bring the looting sword, maybe. No, I've got enough going on that I don't want to push it. Alright, I don't see... There's some spiders over here. I'd easily be able to lose them in the water. And there's extreme hills over here, which could kind of hide bad guys over the horizon, which is dangerous. There's a bunch of zombies coming this way. I only see one zombie up on this hill, and this hill looks easy to scale, and we're still heading to the east. Interesting. This zombie doesn't seem to have seen me, and so I wonder if the Y-axis, if they're not as good as pathfinding, when they're above or below you. I know that used to be the case when they were first kind of upgrading the zombie AI back in 1.4, 1.5. Okay, now he sees me and he's coming this way. There's a creeper over here. Ooh, forest is not as pleasant. Alright, I'll confess, I'm pretty nervous about this. And so I think, rather than deal with it, I'm gonna dig. It might be a little bit cowardly, but I think I'm gonna dig down for the night. We'll just see if we can find some easy resources for a little while, or possibly a cave system. I believe I'm in extreme hills, and so I need to worry about silverfish. Although with this awesome pick, it'll be easy to tell if I'm about to dig into some silverfish. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a quiet night and we'll come back up at daytime and continue traveling to the east. Alright, I ended up spending a rather focused on our journey night downstairs where I just mined a little iron. I think I got 9 more iron. I got a little bit of coal that I used to cook it up with. Didn't light up a whole lot of the cave. Let's go ahead and head back upstairs and then continue heading to the east. And in fact, I can always have the compass on my bar as a way to know that east will be directly kind of away from my spawn point. Let's quickly just take a look around here, make sure I don't see any creepers. I see a cow. Hello, cow. But I think we're safe. Let's get onto some higher ground. Make sure there's no baby zombies or anything coming to get me. Alright, sun is rising in the east. Once again, we're passing through more taiga on our left, but let's kind of go around this hill if possible. And yeah, I will bring you guys back in if I find anything interesting along the journey. Whoa, alright, there's something burning up. What is that? It's just a zombie, who I guess had been standing under that tall tree and now has seen me, is my guess. And he is not a very good pathfinder. You got lost. Haha. You're gonna burn. I don't want you to burn me up. I'm just gonna run past you. Some more plains here past those extreme hills. Alright, now a swamp and a desert. I'm gonna take a slight diversion to the north, simply because deserts are potentially so valuable due to desert pyramids, which often have some really good loot in them. So we're going to check this out, but then we'll probably head back to the south again in order to kind of like stay in line with our spawn point as we continue traveling to the east. Past the desert and then a forest, there is now what appears to be another ocean, and so I continue to sail. Let's go ahead and keep the compass on the bar. This ocean appears to be very large. It has many tiny islands that are not continents. But after a few minutes, we have reached another continent that appears to have both the jungle and desert and squids that are knocking my boats in crazy directions. Alright, I definitely want to explore this desert once again to see if there might be a pyramid in here. Alright, heading straight east through the jungle appears to have taken us to another ocean. And so I'm especially happy to find that now because the sun is just starting to go down and I'd prefer to be sailing on the ocean at night so that I can continue to make progress without fear of mobs. So let's hope this ocean is a big one. Oh wow! Alright, there's another continent here and I see something I haven't seen in game before. I believe those are horses. Ah, horses. So, it's nighttime, and so I don't really want to play with them right now because there's skeletons and all kinds of things around, and also I may be able to continue sailing mostly to the east if I stay in the boat in the ocean, but at least we know now where there's a biome that has horses. A bunch of zombies over there too. And so I would be able to find them again. Wow, look at all the mobs. Look at all the undead mobs spawning here at night. Alright, this continent looks like it may be fairly extensive over here. I am swerving basically a bit to the north as I try to sail around this continent. But if that's not possible, I might go back to where I saw the horses and continue heading east in the daytime. This is an awfully big ocean. It's possible that I would be able to find a mushroom biome somewhere out here as well. So I'll probably stay in the boat for a while and do some exploring. Alright, I made a turn to the north while it's still nighttime, and I see a swamp with a witch hut. Witches, I think, are something that we'll mostly want to stay away from in this ultra-hardcore mode playthrough. But it does appear that this ocean is kind of surrounded by continents and land masses on most sides. And I have already braved more than half of the night, so I think I am going to sail back around to where I saw the horses, and perhaps in the daytime, when all the undead mobs have burned up, we can try to explore that. Alright, this is something that I've seen at least once before in Minecraft. Look at this crazy water here in the ocean, where there's just a chunk And it's not even a dungeon-sized chunk where the water is simply missing, and I can see that there's some kind of like underground light source down there as well. I'm afraid to go near that because I'm not sure if I could like fall in, if there's going to be a big air pocket and I could take fall damage or something. But I just wanted to point it out because it's something that I've seen very seldomly in Minecraft before. Something out of the ordinary. This is, after all, exploration and tactics. Exploring crazy game mechanics and bugs. Alright, the sun hasn't started to rise yet. I do believe I see the same group of horses here, which would suggest that we've already learned something about them, which is like most of the other passive-friendly mobs, that they don't despawn. And it looks like they kind of bend their heads down and eat, and then they wag their tails. And so that's interesting. I don't know how to interact with them, but perhaps we will find out.